025 Ehsan.
Yes.
277 Ibrahim.
Yes, doctor, here.
711 Salman.
Yes, doctor.
772 Saad.
Yes, doctor.
013 Ahmad. Ahmad. 196 Fahad.
Yes, doctor, I'm here.
Okay. 586 Muhammad.
Yes, doctor, here.
943 Muhammad.
Yes.
1000 Nawaf.
Yes, here.
182 Ahmad.
Yes, only two here.
182.
Yes.
241 Ahmad. 271 Abdullah.
Yes, doctor.
747 Abdullah.
Yes, doctor.
002 Musa. Musa. Okay. 241 Ahmad. 241 Ahmad. 013 Ahmad. 013 Ahmad. Only 2 students absent today. Okay, I just welcome you guys for this semester. Of course, we already done before, but today I will start chapter 3. Okay, let me open it. And chapter 2 and chapter 1 will be discussed in lab period tomorrow. So don't worry about that. Are you able to see this chapter 3?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, actually this,
Teacher, I have a question before you start.
yes.
All the lab tomorrow will be declined until next week.
Sir, I already written everything in the announcement. You guys never read announcement.
No, I read it, but just to be sure.
So what is written there? Why you are
There
make to
is-
sure that once your teacher has written announcement, what do you mean by that? You are making sure. Tell me now.
Just to be clear, teacher, nothing else.
Why you are saying like this? It means that we have already discussed. That's why we put anything on the announcement.
Okay.
No need to make sure that you are making sure from your teacher, sir. If anything wrong, I will change in the announcement. If anything change, I will change in the announcement. Otherwise, I will not put anything in the announcement. Please try to read everything. You guys never read anything and questioning to the student teacher. All labs will be online next week. No experiment will be done next week. Only introduction about the lab as well as the one period will be discussed for the theory chapter 1 and chapter 2. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Chapter 3 is the mass relationship in chemical reactions. You know the chemical reactions you already have and you study in chapter 2, and I will also explain what is actually chemical reaction. Anything you react, that is reactant. Anything you will get, that is product. So reactant, reactant and product are formed. So definitely when you have the two reactants, you should have some mass. You can take the mass or Wazan, you react it, So that is the relationship we have to study, how much mass of the reactant we took it and how much mass of the product we got it. So this mass relationship we will explain in this chapter. All right. And in this case, we have to understand about the atomic mass, about the mass number and atomic number we already discussed in chapter 2, or if not, I will discuss chapter 2 tomorrow. Atomic mass is entirely different than mass number. Atomic mass is the mass of a single atom that is expressed in atomic mass unit, AMU, of a single atom. Remember that. But mass number is what? The number of proton and number of neutron present in atoms. But this atomic mass is entirely different than mass number. Atomic mass is the masses of different isotopes. What is isotopes? Isotope means nadar. Any two chemicals, any two elements or three elements, they have the same atomic number but different mass number. All right, that is known as isotope. So actually the atomic mass is the mass of 3 or 4 different isotopes that is present in the periodic table. So if you go to the periodic table, you will not find the whole number. You will find the atomic number in decimal place. So because of why we got the decimal place? Because of atomic mass of different isotopes. Look at here the examples we have here. The mass of an atom in the atomic mass unit. Its unit is atomic mass unit AMU. Whenever it is written there, the atomic number in the periodic table, that is in AMU, because that number, that atomic number or mass is expressed in atomic mass unit, that is only for single atom. Suppose carbon. So carbon single atom. So its atomic mass or mass number is 6 and 12. 6 atomic number and 12 is mass number. But if you want to express atomic mass, so atomic mass is not 12, that is 12.05. Which one is giving in the periodic table? You can check your book. Anybody has the book here? In the book you can open the periodic table. In the periodic table you will see there is a no whole number. All values are in decimal place. So because these values not only for single atom, this is the values of different isotopes. So carbon has 3 isotopes: 12, carbon 13, carbon 14. And as I told you, the isotopes are those which has same number of atomic number and different mass number. Look at here. Isotopes. What isotopes is this? Same atomic number and different mass number. Suppose example we have carbon. Carbon has 6 atomic number and 12 mass number. So carbon 12 and carbon 13 and carbon 14, these are the 3 isotopes, same atomic number but different mass number. Look at here, 12, 13 and 14. So this is the isotopes. So atomic mass is the mass of different isotopes isotopes Okay, I will write again. Different isotopes of the same element, of the same elements. Is this clear to you? What is atomic mass and what is isotopes? Is it clear to you guys?
Yes, doctor.
Yes.
The mass number and the atomic mass, the mass number, that is the number of proton plus neutron. Okay, atomic number is the number of proton only or electron. The both are same. So this we will do it tomorrow, but you should know the basic idea. And atomic mass is different. Mass number is different, atomic mass is different. Atomic mass will be mass. Suppose an example of carbon. So you will take an example of carbon. So there is a 6 proton, all right, and 6 neutron, because mass number is 12 for carbon. So 6 plus 6 is 12. Atomic mass is not 12, atomic mass is 12.05 if you calculate. There is a method of calculation, because this is the simple average. Atomic mass is the mass of average. This is an average. Again, I will write definition of this. Mass of average, actually this is an average. Average of isotopes of the same element. Example I give you, carbon. Another example, nitrogen. Suppose we have nitrogen 7 and 14. Nitrogen 7, 15. Nitrogen 7, 16, something. Some elements have 2 isotopes, no problem. Element has 3. So these are the average of all these isotopes. This I will explain tomorrow. How we will take an average, how we calculate average atomic mass. So don't worry about this. So here atomic mass, we just consider standard carbon always. So hydrogen, we will calculate this one inshallah. What about the hydrogen, what about the nitrogen, what are the atomic masses? So there is a formula. So tomorrow you will see. Okay, so we will again discuss this tomorrow. And now mass of one carbon atom is 12 atomic mass unit. 12 atomic mass unit. So there is a difference between gram and atomic mass unit. There is a very big difference. You remember that, you note down this. Atomic mass unit of a single atom. If you have gram, so gram means you will contain how much atoms in this gram? 6.023 times 10 to the power 23 atoms. This much of these atoms are present in gram. So if carbon is 12 atomic mass unit, it means only one atom. If you will get 12 gram, it means 12 gram of carbon 12, it contains Avogadro's number. This is Avogadro's number, 6.023 times 10 to the power 23 atoms. So remember that the difference between atomic mass unit and gram. Atomic mass unit only for one atom of carbon, or one atom of oxygen, one atom of hydrogen, one atom of nitrogen. But Okay, I will take another example. In place of carbon, I will take oxygen. So oxygen atomic mass is 16. So 16 gram in place of 12. 16 gram of oxygen 16 contain the same number of Avogadro's number. Remember that. Write down this, please note. The Avogadro's number is the same for all elements. Same. This much of quantity of atom is present in that gram of carbon, in that gram of nitrogen, is that gram of hydrogen, all you contain this. So, if you will take mass in gram, mass of a single atom of carbon, I am talking about gram, in gram how much mass? So, you will divide 12 divided by Avogadro's number, you will get gram, not atomic mass unit. So, if I ask mass of a single atom in atomic mass unit, you just write 12 atomic mass unit. If I ask you, okay, what is the mass in gram of a single atom? So that atom also contains Avogadro's number in gram. So whatever gram you have, suppose carbon is 12. So 12 divided by Avogadro's number, you will get mass of a single atom. So this divided by this, you will get in a gram, okay? And this also equivalent to 12 atomic mass unit, as I told you. This is also for single atom in mass, in gram, and this is also single atom, but single atom or atom mass unit, not gram, because there is not divided by Avogadro's number here. So remember that, please. The difference can be asked in the exam, in the quiz. What is the difference between gram and unit, atomic mass unit? Only the difference. If you write 12 gram, that is mass of single atom. If you write 12 atomic mass unit, you will, that is also single atom, but single atom in atomic mass unit, not in gram. So this is the difference. The other example also here giving. So you can just calculate it. It's not a matter. And tomorrow I will again discuss chapter 1 and 2, so it will be more clarified. This is an average of how you will calculate average. So this is the mass formula. Average atomic mass of the natural carbon, any, and so because in question, read this carefully. Atomic mass of a carbon is not 12 atomic mass unit, but it is 12.01 atomic mass unit from the periodic table. This is the mass of all the isotopes of carbon atoms, the natural abundance percentage. The natural abundance of all this carbon 12, carbon 13, giving 98.9%. 0%. So it means that carbon 12 are more prominent. More percentage of carbon 12 you will get in the environment. Carbon 13 is very less, and 14 is also very less. So it is not mentioning here. So these are the percentage. Atomic mass of carbon 13 is this one atomic mass unit, okay, and carbon 12 is 12 atomic mass unit, 12.01. So the average of atomic mass of carbon can be calculated as follows. Now this is the formula. This is the formula. This is the percentage. This is the percentage 98.90. So this is out of 100. So it is 0.9890 multiplied by its mass plus another isotope, that is 1.10%. Out of 100, how much? 0.0110, right? Multiply by mass of the 13, means abundance is giving 13.00 mass of C13. So you will get now calculation 12.01. So this 12.01 atomic mass is in for the one atom calculated by this formula, not 12. 12 you will see in the periodic table, all are in decimal places. Any question please now? If it is not clear, this formula you have to memorize to determine the average atomic mass of any element. Yes?
Doctor, please, can you repeat what the difference between the atomic mass and the gram?
No, atomic mass unit, not atomic mass. These
Yeah.
gram and atomic mass unit both are unit. Okay? The atomic mass unit designates for a single atom, right? But gram is the very, very big unit. It also contains Avogadro's number of atoms. Thousand atoms are present in this gram, not a single atom.
Okay.
Very, very big unit. So that's why,
The
yeah,
gram
okay.
is more than one atom, right?
Yeah, thousand. How much atom? Avogadro's number. This much of Avogadro's number present. What is that? 6.0221 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. See how much atoms are there in 1 gram of a. For suppose carbon 12. So carbon 12 gram. If I say 12 gram, so it means these 12 gram contain how many atoms? Avogadro's number. If I say 12 atomic mass unit, it means this is only one atom, single atom of carbon, 12. Is clear now?
Yes, thank you.
So this is the method of calculating average atomic mass, that is you will see in the periodic table, all in decimal places. This is another example. There are two isotopes of copper whose percentage and mass is giving here. So percentage you put into the formula into atomic mass, that is the mass is giving, plus another isotope percentage into a mass, that is atomic mass unit, you will get an average. So this average of atomic mass unit you will get, that is atomic mass. Is it not? This is not mass number. Mass number is a simple difference between mass number and atomic mass. Mass number is simple proton plus neutron. That is whole number. And atomic mass is not mass number proton and neutron. That is the, of course, proton neutron is there, but this is a 3 or 2 or different isotopes. Average of different isotope mass, that is known as atomic mass. Average atomic mass you calculated. So these values you just put it into this formula, you will get it. You calculate. All right. So this is a periodic table you look at here. All values are in decimal place because these all are isotopic values. All are atomic masses. These are not mass number, are atomic masses. Mass number for this copper only 63.5, right? That you will write in atomic mass unit. Mass number of carbon only 12, not 12.01. So when you calculate the proton and neutron, you should always use single mass number 12. If you calculate the percentage and this and percentage and average atomic mass, you will use 12.01 decimal places of what is giving in the periodic table. What is actually Avogadro's number? Avogadro's number I explain you, right? The difference between Avogadro's number and molar mass of an element, there is a relation. There are three things, but note down this: mass number, no, sorry, not mass number, Avogadro's number, molar mass, and moles. These are the relationship, all these points, where they have a good relationship and all are equal. I explain you how they are equal. See, what is the mole? Actually, what is the mole? Mole is the unit count number of particles. Mole is the unit to express the mass of anything in the chemistry, right? It's a big unit. Mole is the amount of a substance that contain as many elementary entities. What are these? What are these elementary entities? Entities, only you have three things: number of atoms, number one; number of molecules, number two; and formula unit. These three things are present in elementary entities. Okay, I will show you here. 1 minute. So Avogadro's number, just I will write here first. Is this my writing is clear to you guys? Whatever I have written here? Hello? Hello?
Actually, no, teacher.
Is it clear? Avogadro's number I have written is understand to you?
No, teacher, it's a bit hard.
Why it
I
is
can
bit
make
hard?
Yes, I
How
can
you-
make some letters, but the second half of the word I can't read it at all.
Okay, all right. So now should I write capital letter? Avogadro's number like this?
Yeah, that will be better.
It will take. Okay. So this Avogadro's number, just like 6.021 or 6.022 times 10 to the power 23 entities. Entities. What are these entities? There are three entities I explain you. Atoms, molecules, and formula unit. Formula Okay, I will write again here. Entities, atoms, number one. Number two, molecules. And number three, formula unit. Formula unit. Okay, these three are entities, elementary entities, which are present in Avogadro's number, right? So this Avogadro's number, this will explain about atoms, molecule, atom, right? So these things, remember that. And this, the relation between mole, molar mass, and Avogadro's number. Suppose I will take 1 mole of carbon. Its atomic mass is 12.0, molar mass is 12.01, right? And what is Avogadro's number? It contains 6.0222 times 10 to the power 23 atoms. Okay, so this is the relation. All are same. If you write molar mass, if the question will be asked in this molar mass, how much atoms are present, you can say this much of atoms are present. If this should be in gram, you remember that. And the relation between only the gram with mole. If there is a mole, the gram is there. You cannot write atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit is not related to the mole. The relation between moles, gram, and Avogadro's number. You remember that. If suppose I will write here 2 mole of carbon. So how much give 12.01 multiplied by 2. So that is whatever you have, 12.01 multiplied by 2. then how much it contain? This total you multiply by Avogadro's number. Multiply by Avogadro's number, 2 into times 10 to the power 23 atoms. Okay, so these contain this much of atoms are present in 2 moles. In 1 mole, only this much of atoms are present. In 2 mole, just you multiply by 2 Avogadro's number. Multiply by 2. Sorry, multiply by 2. Okay, so this is the relation you remember, please, just like molecule. Now carbon is single atom. Molecule, suppose I have an example. Molecule, suppose we have water here, H2O and NH3. These are the molecules. Sodium chloride. This is the formula unit, sodium chloride. Formula unit means any unit which is a compound. We cannot say water and ammonia is a formula unit. We cannot say that. Right? This is formula unit. Sodium chloride, calcium chloride. Now is it connected? Hello? Anybody? Hello?
Yes, yes, teacher.
Okay. So now calcium chloride, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, these are the ionic compounds. These are called formula unit, and the molecules, we can also say molecule. This also molecule. Molecule is the one which is formed by adding 2 or 3 atoms. That is known as molecules, right? But this molecule, suppose NH3 and water, we cannot say formula unit. No, because these are not ionic compound. Ionic compound are those compound which is formed by matter and non-matter. These are not matter and non-matter. These all are non-matters. In the periodic table, I already explained in the last week. What are the matters? What are the non-matters? You should remember that. So any question will be asked. Okay, now this is the first question. Now the second one, again I will do another one. Molecules. Molecules. Okay, suppose water is a molecule, right? NH3 is a molecule, right? HCl is a molecule, one molecule. So the question is, suppose how many molecules, how many molecules are present in 1 mole of water? 1 mole is there, so you should know that 1 mole means you have to use Avogadro's number. Is it clear? So how many molecules? How many molecules? This is 1 mole, right?
Yes.
So 1 mole means you have to use only 6.022 times 10 to the power 23 molecules of water present in 1 mole of water. As I told you, in all 3 you have to use Avogadro's number. Okay, this is all about molecule. And now, again another question now about the atoms in water. How many atoms you have in water molecule? Hello? How many? Yes, 3 atoms. 3 atoms. Very good. So now 3 atoms you have in water molecule. And how many hydrogen atoms? 2. How many oxygen atom? Is 1. All right. So the question is how many hydrogen atoms are present in 1 mole of water molecule? What is your answer? How many hydrogen atoms are present in 1 mole of? Your answer is wrong. You are not listening to me. This is 1 mole. No, you forget it, huh? I told you this 1 mole is there, Avogadro's number is there. Why you forget this? How much? What is the answer now?
We already said, teacher, if there are three atoms in one wall.
By my question is how many hydrogen atoms are present in 1 mole of water molecule?
One, because no, sorry,
I-
two. It's two each. Sorry.
2 atoms are present not in 1 mole. 2 atoms are present in water molecule, simple 2 atoms. But when 1 mole is there, you have to multiply by Avogadro's number. Don't forget it. This mole is there. Mole is a very big quantity. Yes. You have to write here 2 of hydrogen multiplied by 6.022 times 10 to the power 23 atoms, not the molecule. The question is in atoms. Okay, another question now. How many total atoms are present of water molecule in 1 mole? 1 mole of water molecule, how many total atoms? How many total atoms are there? Yes. In 1 mole of water molecule, how many total atoms are there? Please answer it.
3 multiply.
3 multiply Avogadro's number. Right. So please memorize it. Okay, another question now related to this. How many atoms are present in water molecule? What is your answer? How many atoms are present in water molecule? Only 3. Only 3. Because don't multiply by Avogadro's number unless mole is there. When the question is asking in the mole, then multiply by Avogadro's number. All right, now, so this is, I told you this already entities. These are the entities here. Atoms, molecule and formula unit. I already explained all 3. Entities, atoms, molecule, formula unit. Formula unit, as I told you, all molecules, all formula units are molecule, but all the molecules are not formula unit, as I explained you. Understand? Just like example, suppose NaCl, right? NaCl can be a molecule, right? And the molecule, suppose this is water molecule I have. So water molecule cannot be a formula unit, but formula unit can be a molecule. Is it clear now?
Clear.
Yeah, and atoms are only hydrogen. Atoms only hydrogen. Molecules, 1 molecule. Formula unit, NaCl, only 1 formula unit. So this is metal and non-metal. This formula unit always ionic compound, metal and non-metal. So the number of, what is Avogadro's number? So number of particles, atom, molecules or formula unit just a minute. Formula unit. In 1 mole is called Avogadro's number, right? So this I already explained you. Always Avogadro's number is what? In 1 mole. 6.022 times the power 3 entities. Entities. What are the entities? Anybody tell me what are the entities?
It could is it the atoms, molecules?
These are the entities. 3 entities: atoms, molecule, and formula units. Only these things you will study in the chapter. Anytime, either molecule, or atoms, or formula unit. Nothing else extra. And molar mass. Now, molar mass is the mass of 1 mole. Just I told you, mass of 1 mole. So relation between molar mass, mole, and Avogadro's all are equal. Alright, so mass of 1 mole of egg, shoes, marble atoms, so this is the in gram, is called molar mass. Alright, molar mass always in gram. And molar mass of element in the gram, that is always remember. In gram is numerically equal to the element's atomic mass in atomic mass unit. Alright, so molar mass always expressed in gram, atomic mass always expressed in atomic mass unit of a single atom. Alright, so 1 mole of carbon 12 is equal to the Avogadro's number of atoms, that is gram, 12.01 gram. Alright, so expressed in gram, this contains Avogadro's number, that is always mole. If there is no mole, you can just write down atomic mass. You see, look at here, the second line. 1 carbon 12 atom equal to 12 atomic mass unit. Alright, 12.01 or 12, that is decimal place, is not a problem. Atomic mass unit. So 1 mole of carbon 12, 12 gram. So only the difference between unit. If mole is there, then gram is there. If there is no mole, single atom, it means atomic mass unit, because atomic mass unit express in only for single atom. But this gram express is more than 1,000 atoms are present in gram. That is also expressed Avogadro's number. How many atoms are present? Avogadro's number. So for any elements, you can write atomic mass in atomic mass unit. If you write molar mass, that is expressed in gram. Because molar mass also contain moles. The relation between molar mass, moles, and Avogadro's number, only gram. Here there is no Avogadro's number, only for single atom. Atomic mass of a single atom, that is atomic mass unit. If you write molar mass, it means it contains gram. It contains 1 mole. 1 mole of any equal to the molar mass equal to Avogadro number. All 3 are equal. Any question, please, now?
Yes, doctor.
Yes.
About the lithium 1 mole. How did
Anything.
get?
Yeah, lithium
How
is,
did get 6.8?
yes, lithium is 6.941, right? For a single atom, you will write lithium single atom 6.941. And how much gram? So gram, you will write 6.941 gram. It means it contains 1,000 atoms, means Avogadro's number. Alright?
So, doctor, we did not multiply by Avogadro's number.
No. You just put gram. This automatically gram contain Avogadro's number. You multiply, okay. When you multiply this, I will explain. Because this is 1 mole. 1 mole automatically it contain All right. Suppose the atomic mass of lithium 6.941 atomic mass unit, single AMU, single atom. If you will write here 6.941 gram, it means it contains 6.022 times 10 to the power 23 atoms it contains. That is equal to 1 mole. This is only the difference. You have to write only gram, it means it automatically contain this much of atoms, and that is equal to 1 mole. So 1 mole, this is molar mass. So molar mass always expressed in gram. Atomic mass always expressed in atomic mass. This is the difference. Gram always related to moles, related to Avogadro's number. But here only for single atom, nothing relation, no relation. Single atom. Is it clear now?
So, doctor, when I see grams, means multiplied already with Avogadro's
It's
number.
already there, because this is 1 mole.
Already there, but it's not written.
Yeah, so if I write, okay, another question now. Another question now. Okay, question is how much atoms, okay, of lithium present in 2 moles, 2 moles of lithium. What you do?
Is it the reciprocal?
Just like, you know, this is 1 mole of lithium, right? It contains Avogadro's number, single Avogadro's number, right? If you have 2 moles, so how many atoms are there? 2 multiplied by 6.022 times 10 to the power 23. Very good. And how much gram it contains? So you 2 multiplied by 6.941. This much of gram is present, right? This much of atoms are present in 2 moles. In 1 mole, only this is simple 6.941 gram in 1 mole of lithium, or how many atoms? This much of Avogadro's number. Avogadro's number never change. Only the number of moles are changed, then Avogadro's number multiplied by that moles. Or the molar mass also multiplied by that number. If 5 moles, so multiply by 5 this atomic mass, molecular mass, and also multiply by 5 Avogadro's number. How many atoms are there? Any question?
Thank you.
No question. Teacher. Is there in the book good examples for the atomic mass equations?
Yeah, atomic mass equation. That is, I already told you. Atomic mass of average atomic mass, how you determine. So that is the example, or the formula is written there. Average atomic mass of a single atom, right? So you have to take all isotope of the same element, percentage, multiply by the mass what is giving there, and you add all the isotopes, mass and percentage, you will get an average isotopes, average atomic mass.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it carbon the average of it all? Because okay. See,
Yeah, you are right. It is average atomic mass, 12.01.
Yeah, okay, thank you, teacher.
Yeah. Now you have an example. How many moles of helium atoms? How many moles of helium atoms are 6.46 gram of helium. Now question is different. You should know that the relation between gram, moles and molar mass, right? You should know that. I will explain now here. Mole equal to mass over molar mass. This formula you should write, mass over molar mass. If you have this mass is giving, you put mass here. Moles you have to determine, moles you calculate, this one. And molar mass you should know from periodic table for helium. Okay, so this is the conversion factor. You should cancel gram. Look at here. So you start from gram. All right, there is a different this first of all you can use this formula, or in this way you start from a 6.46 gram. Okay, the relation between, because you have to determine moles, so you should know that how many grams of present in 1 mole of helium. You find out from periodic table. That is 4.003. So you can write here 1 mole of helium contain 4.003 gram. So this gram changed to moles, right? Because the question is mole. Okay, what you will get, 6.46 divided by 4.003, you will get 1.614. This gram cancel, mole left, right? So you calculate mole, right? If you want to calculate using this formula, you will also get the same thing. So you have to calculate mole. You just, mole is already here. Mass you will put 6.46 gram divided by molar mass. You take it from periodic table 03. You will get 1.614 moles. Is both formula is clear?
Both clear.
Please note down this formula. You always use this formula in the chemistry in each and every chapter. You should memorize it. N is equal to mass over molar mass. All right. Now second question now. How many grams? Now see, now asking grams are in 0.356 mole of zinc. So mole is giving, gram is asking. So what is your answer here? What is your formula? What you will use here?
I believe we will multiply the moles with the molar mass.
Very good. So molar mass is not here. So from get the molar mass.
It's something written down there. It's ANS 2-3 grams, but
no, that is answer, my friend.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought that's the okay.
Sometimes molar mass is not given. You will take molar mass from periodic table, and always periodic table is giving with the exam, with the quiz. So molar mass of the zinc is 65.39. Okay, so you will use this formula here again. Okay, now N equal to mass over molar mass. Molar mass always capital M, right? So now mole is giving 0.2356 mole is giving, and the question is mass. So mass is calculated. Molar mass of zinc is from the periodic table 65.39. 65.39, right? gram. So you will calculate, sorry, this is a small m. Okay, now so you calculate single m, so you multiply 0.356 multiply by 65.39, then you will get 23.3 gram. So this is the relation, you should know that this is mole and this is mass, this is molar mass in gram per mole, this formula. So the mole cancelled, only gram here, gram left, so you will get only gram. Alright, so units you should know that. Molar mass always gram per mole. It means suppose carbon is there. How much molar mass of carbon? 12. So you can write 12.01 gram per mole. It means this much of gram is present in 1 mole of carbon. So this is the unit of molar mass, gram per mole. Okay, now last question is what you do. How many atoms? The question is atoms, remember that. So what you do? This is a little bit typical answer, typical calculation. How many atoms are there in 16.3 gram of sulfur? What you do? Come on, tell me fast.
Don't we have to use Avogadro number?
You have to use Avogadro's number, but Avogadro's number is only used when you have the moles, but there is no mole here. So what you do?
First, we have to find the moles.
Then first you change gram to moles, then moles to Avogadro's number, right? So you start from here. First you gram, 16.3 gram, change to moles, right? So divided by molar mass. Use the same formula here. This is the same formula. Same formula you will use. So you have this divided by molar mass, you will get moles. Okay? So now divided by molar mass. Sulfur molar mass is 16. 16 is the molar mass. No, molar mass, atomic number is 16 and molar mass is just double, 32.07. So we will write here 32.07 gram per mole. So gram cancel, mole left, right? So we will get 16.23 divided by 32.07. You will get 0.5082 moles. And this moles you have, so this mole contain how many atoms of sulfur? So what do you do?
Multiply with the 6.022.
Multiply by Avogadro's number, that is 6.022 times 10 to the power 23 atoms, right? You have to write atoms. These atoms are present, multiply by this, so this is how much more. If suppose I say 1 mole of sulfur, if I say 1 mole of sulfur, how many atoms are there? So what your answer?
Avogadro's number.
Same Avogadro's number, but this is not 1, this is half, right? So you will get just half of this. This is 6, now this is 3.06. Remember? So these are the answers, you will get it. This much of atoms are present. If there is no moles are there and gram is there, so you should convert gram to moles. Alright. The molecular mass or molar mass is the same thing. Just you write down this molecular mass for a molecule in atomic mass or in gram, you will express all the same thing. If you express in molecular mass, that is atomic mass, single atom, single molecule. Molecular means molecule, not atoms. This is all about the molecule. Remember that. If I write atomic mass here, then you will see atomic mass for single atom. But if I write molecular mass, it means that is for molecule. So the question is, how this sulfur dioxide is one molecule. How much molecular mass? So the difference of molecular mass and molar mass, if you write molar mass, that should be in gram. If you write molecular mass, that should be in atomic mass unit. Is this clear, or should I explain again? Hello?
Yes, teacher.
See, this molecular mass, just write here for a single atom, but for single molecule, not atom. Its unit is atomic mass unit for single molecule, not in the gram. If you write the unit in gram, that is molar mass. Molar mass. This is the difference. Alright? So write down here. One molecule sulfur dioxide, 64.07 atomic mass unit. One molecule. Right? These are the molecular mass. If you write 1 mole of sulfur dioxide, the same number, but expressed in gram, sulfur dioxide. So 64.07 atomic mass unit is equal to 64.07 gram per mole. This is only the difference to write the units only. Otherwise, the number will be same.
Clear.
All right. Okay. Now, question now. Calculate the molar mass in gram. So, not in atomic mass unit. If I write atomic mass unit, so we should write molecular mass instead of molar masses. When the molar mass is there, the name, it means it should automatically it is in gram, expressed in gram. It means it contains moles. Is equal to the moles. Mole is there, so Avogadro's number is there, and molecular mass is there. So you just calculate molar mass in gram. So you just take all the values from periodic table, multiply by the number 8, multiply by 10, multiply by 4, multiply by, and then all. But here this is sulfur dioxide I'm talking, and this is another molecule, which is second B part. So if you calculate and put all the values in gram, then you will get gram per mole. If I write here molecular mass, if I write here, suppose molecular mass in atomic mass unit, right? So your answer will be 64.07 atomic mass unit. Remember that. All right, now for this one, same thing, same answer. I will write here with this one. 64.07 atomic mass unit is the same, and 194.0 atomic mass unit. If molecular mass, if molar mass, then this is for molar mass, and this is for molecular mass. Is it clear now, the difference?
Yeah, clear.
Yes,
The number never change, only unit change.
But can you solve the second question, teacher?
Yeah, you can solve it. Okay, now I will write here 12.01 multiplied by 8 plus 1.008 multiplied by 10 plus 14 multiplied by 4 plus 16 multiplied by 2. You just multiply and add, you will get 194. Clear?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sulfur dioxide, this is 32 plus 16 multiplied by 2, you will get 64.07. Exact you will take from periodic table, that is the sulfur is 32.07. That's why 07 is here. Okay, how many moles of CH4 are present in this much of gram of CH4? See, it's very easy. Use the same formula. What is the formula? What formula I told you? N is equal
Sorry.
to
Plus.
N equal molar over molar mass.
Mass over molar mass. Please memorize this formula. It's always used in chemistry. So, if you know this, what is giving here, this is gram is giving, right? And the question is mole. So, mole is calculated, gram is giving, and molar mass you get from periodic table. Another formula is, as I told you, 2 types of calculation. So, you can just start from here, 6.04 gram. And you should know the relation, this relation between gram and moles. So generally 1 mole of CH4 you will get from periodic table, carbon plus 1.004. So CH4 I will calculate here, 12.01 plus 1.008 multiplied by 4. How much you will get? 12.01 plus 1.008 multiplied by 4, you will get this plus 12.01. So now you will get 16.042, right? So you will write here 16.042. This is 1 mole. 1 mole of CH4. So this is gram per mole. I told you, molar mass. Molar mass always expressed in gram per mole. So this gram and gram cancel, mole left, right? So now you can 6.04 divided by 16.042. You will get 0.3765. See, this is written here. 0.378. So 0.378 or whatever calculation you have, you can use. So in both methods are correct. So you will get 0.378. Second method is simple, N equal to mass over molar mass. So mass is giving 6.07 divided by 16.042. Is it clear? You will get 0.378 and whatever you get. Both methods are same. This method generally used in the chemistry, and this is sometime if you don't know this, you can utilize this formula. Any question now?
Crystal clear.
Now the second example is little bit complicated. Read carefully, and the steps I already written here, but you should justify what these steps are. Why I put these steps like this.
Teacher, before you solve it, isn't CH4 a compound, not a material?
No, this is CH4 molecule or compound. The same thing. These are not atoms. This contain 5 atoms total. 1 atom carbon and 4 atom hydrogen. So this is one molecule, you can say, or you can say this is compound. Compound always form between different atoms.
Oh,
Combined.
okay. Thank you. Because I thought we have to multiply it or something. Sorry, my bad.
Okay. All right. Now we have another example. Now the question is, how many hydrogen atoms are present in 25.6 gram of urea. This is urea formula. First of all, you tell me how many hydrogen atoms are in urea formula? Atoms. How many atoms of hydrogen? Tell me now.
It isn't clear, teacher. Is it
25,
NH2?
26.
But I don't know. It's around 4.
Yeah, 4 atoms, right? So you remember that these 4 atoms are there, right? But they're asking that 25.6 gram. So gram and the moles, there is no relation, right? Gram and atoms. Atoms and moles are relation, right? So in this gram, you change to moles first. Is it clear? Always when you find out the atoms, so atoms in moles you can calculate, not in gram. So first of all, you change gram to moles. That moles, okay, I will explain one more thing, then I will come back here. Suppose now we have this is urea. Suppose this is 1 mole. So now you can write here 1 mole of urea contain 1 mole of nitrogen, 1 mole of hydrogen, 1 mole of CO, carbon monoxide. This always be like this, you know, for anything. If suppose whole compound is 1 mole, so they contain like this. If hydrogen is 1 mole, but here hydrogen is how many atoms it contain? 4 atoms. 1 mole of nitrogen contain 1 atom, right? 1 mole of CO contain total atoms, if you want to calculate, this is 2 atoms, right? Oxygen and carbon. So you should know this first for anything. Okay, now another example. 1 mole of NaCl, how many sodium and how many chlorine? Tell me now. How many moles of sodium, how many moles of chlorine it contain?
1 mole of Na. Okay, it's 1.
1 mole
1
of
mole.
Na, very good, and 1 mole of Cl, right? If
Yes.
I put here 2 mole, then what happened?
I don't know actually.
Come on. Yeah, this is 2 here, and this is 2 here. If 2 mole, this is 2 mole. All right?
All right.
Then in 2 moles, sodium, how many atoms it contain? When mole is there, then mole 2 multiplied by 6.02, right? Remember that. Here 1 multiplied by 6.022 times 10, if mole is there, right? 2 mole of chlorine, how many? 2 multiplied by 6.022 times 10 to the power 23. So this, please memorize it, right? When mole is there, then Avogadro's number is always used. If gram is there, so you gram is there, gram change to mole, then mole change to atoms, an atom that multiply by Avogadro's number. This is simple method, right? No confusion. Yes.
And the urea in the first compound isn't
Ah.
2 atoms of nitrogen?
Two atoms of, sorry, not 1. You are right. Sure. Thank you very much. Yeah, 2 atoms. 2 moles. Yeah, 2 atoms. Very good. All right, now I'll go back to okay, so you understand now this is, so first gram change to moles, right? Mole of urea. So mole of urea, how much mole of hydrogen it contain? So whatever mole of urea you have, then you should know that how many mole of hydrogen it contains. 4. So that multiply by 4. Whatever moles you get it. Now I will start. Okay, now 25.6 gram divided by molar mass is 60.06 gram per mole. Alright. Then how much moles we get it? 25.6 divided by 60.06, we will get 0.4262. 0.4262 mole of urea, right? Mole of urea. So it contain how many mole of? I can write here. So 1 mole of urea contain 4 moles of hydrogen, correct? Hello, this one I already explained you. 1 mole of urea contains 4 mole of hydrogen.
Correct.
This relation you should know that. But how much mole of urea is 0.42? So just multiply that relation with that and you will get, okay, now I will multiply by 4. So you will see 1.7 only. If 1 mole, then 4 mole of hydrogen. If it is 0.426, it means it is only 1.70. So you will get this mole is cancel, mole cancel, you will get mole of hydrogen is 1.704 mole of hydrogen present in this mole of urea. Okay, now this is the relation between mole and atoms, because we need atom, hydrogen atom. This is hydrogen atom. So we can write here 1 mole of hydrogen, how many atoms it contains? 6.022 times 10 to the power 23. So you will just simply write here 1.704 of mole of hydrogen multiplied by 6.022 times 10 to the power 23 atoms. So just multiply by 6.022 times 23, you will get answer 10.26 times 10 to the power 23 atoms of hydrogen. So this is the calculation like this. So please, any step which is not clear, you ask me now. This is very, very important to understand. I want to listen the voice from the back of the student. Many students, they are not asking any question. Only few voice I always heard in questioning. Please ask everybody. Please everybody ask the question.
Teacher, I have small question. I
No
understand
question.
everything, but still the number 4. I don't know where we come from. Wait.
Which is not clear? Which is not clear? Please ask me.
Hello, teacher, can you hear me?
Huh?
Hello.
Yes, yes, yes. Which one is not clear?
Yes, there's just number 4, teacher.
Number 4.
Yeah, number 4 mole H. Where we get it from?
No, no. This is no. This is example 3.7. You are talking, huh?
Yeah. There's number 4.
Okay. Yeah. So which step? Which step? Tell me now.
The first step.
First step,
One mole.
gram of urea. So gram is giving here 25.6.
Yes, but
Change into
divide it by
moles. Molar mass. Molar mass is written here.
number 4.
60.06.
Yes, here. Down. Little bit down.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Then you will get mole of urea. Total mole of urea, right? Gram change to mole. This one. Correct?
No, right?
Then then this much of mole contain how many hydrogen, how many moles of hydrogen? 4 moles, right? Urea contain 4 moles.
Yes.
So multiply by 4 mole of hydrogen. This is, I written it like this: 1 mole of urea contain 4 mole of hydrogen. So the total moles of hydrogen present in 0.4262 mole of urea. So this is 1.704 mole of hydrogen present. Moles, right? So now, how many atoms of hydrogen present in this mole of hydrogen? So you, when atom is there, multiply by Avogadro's number, you will get mole atoms.
Teacher, from where did we get the 4?
One. Hello.
What? Hello?
Which one? Which 4?
The 4 mole of hydrogen.
Look at here. How many? I told you in the beginning. It is written here
That
4.
means
2
2
multiply by.
multiply 2.
Of course.
Okay.
You just go through the formula.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Now, instead of hydrogen, my question is, how many mole of nitrogen present in 25.6 gram of urea? So what will be your answer?
We will just change, teacher, the not the what's it called, the
Same method. Same method up to here. Up to here is the same. Up to here is the same, right?
yes,
But
yes,
here only difference.
Yes,
Instead
we
of
put here
4,
2 mole.
no, yeah, you are right. Only 2 mole you added. 2 mole of nitrogen. So whatever number you get, you should write number here, then multiply by Avogadro's number, you will get answer. Clear?
Yep, teacher.
Or should I repeat again?
Yes, teacher.
Now, formula mass, formula unit, right? I already explained this is only for salt, for ionic compound. So this same method. If formula unit, that is atomic mass unit. If I ask molar mass, that is in gram. Just like molecular mass for molecule, right? This is formula mass, formula unit. Just only the wording change, but unit will be same. So this is atomic mass unit of a single formula unit. If molar mass, this should express in gram. So one formula unit NaCl is 58.44 atomic mass unit total. If 1 mole of NaCl, that is molar mass. This is molar mass, okay? I will write here so it's more clear. This is molar mass. Express in gram. Always remember. And this is formula mass. Express in atomic mass unit. But number will be same. No change. Unless you change the mole. If 2 moles, multiply by 2 this gram. Double. Clear this one?
So teacher, if the
It's
mole
clear.
was 2, we
Yeah,
double the
for
gram.
2, double the gram. If I ask how many moles, how many formula units are present in 1 mole of NaCl? Formula unit, I am asking you, just like atom and molecule. So whenever formula unit name is there, you have to use Avogadro's number. The 3 things you have to memorize: atoms, molecule, formula unit. So formula unit, if I ask how many formula units are present in 1 mole of NaCl. So just whatever the mole, 1 mole of NaCl, how much gram, this much is gram, that multiply by Avogadro's number, that is, this simple is equal to 6.022 times 10 to the power 23 formula unit. Not multiply, formula unit. Right? If I ask 2 mole, then you multiply by 2. Multiply by 2 this, multiply by 2 Avogadro's number. Only the difference. This is very, very important. This type of question you will see in the exam. I'm telling you, very, very important. Percent composition. At what time class will be finished? What is the time now?
5 minutes are left.
We have still 5 minutes, teacher.
Hmm?
We still have 5 minutes. 4.
4 minutes.
250, eh? Yeah, 4 minutes. So percent composition, write this formula you have, add number of moles of that particular atom present in the molecule, multiply by the molar mass of element and divided by molar mass of the compound. Okay, just like an example you have. Suppose you have H3PO4. We have H3PO4 example. In H3PO4, the question is calculate the percent composition of hydrogen. Means how much percent of hydrogen present in this molecule, right? So phosphorus, oxygen, this all percentage you calculate. So this is molar mass is giving here, right? So total how many hydrogen we have? 3 hydrogen atom, 1 phosphorus atom, 4 oxygen atom, right? So this 3 hydrogen atom, number of moles, this is 3, and molar mass of the element multiplied by 1.008 divided by the molar mass of the compound, which is giving here 97.99%, right, gram, multiply by 100, because you have to calculate percentage. So now you will see here how much we get.
Around 3%.
Pardon?
Around 3%. 3.08.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So 3.2 3.02 divided by 97.99. 3.086%, right? So this is the composition you calculate like this. For any molecule, any atom present in the molecule, first you write how many atoms, then multiply by molar mass or atomic mass. If it is an atomic mass unit or it is molar mass, you write in molar mass also the same thing, just only unit are different. Similarly, phosphorus you calculate and oxygen you calculate it, right? You have to do yourself. And now what left here, percent composition formula, okay, calculation, this chemical reaction, mixing reagent, many things left. Only one period is there. I will also, yesterday I finished some chapter 1 and 2, but I will also continue this chapter 3 also, because in one period I cannot finish all. All right, so we have to finish only the important part, right? So please, you should write on your notebook what teacher has discussed.
So teacher, we have to do some questions.
Questions of what?
Like homework, just to study.
Yeah,
I mean, practice the question.
it's already
Yes.
there. It's already, sheet work is already there on the blackboard. Actually, you did not look at the blackboard. That's why you're asking this question.
Teacher, about the group WhatsApp, the admin didn't respond yet. We
Which
want his
group?
number.
Huh?
WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp group, I already explained in the class. This the number of that guy. How I can tell you number? What is you mean this theory class?
Yep, Fury.
Okay, theory 103. Huh? Okay, write down the right. Okay, I will write the number here. 1 minute. Is chatting. Okay, number is 53387. 53387. 5383. This is the number. You can, yeah, you can just add this one, so you will be in 103. And also the labs, you know, WhatsApp group is already there. Everybody join the WhatsApp group for the lab.
About me, a different teacher.
Because all different students are in different labs. So because for the lab, the student already written the mobile number on the board. I told you that please just copy and just join the group. Okay, guys. Now I have another class. I'm going to finish now. Okay.